Well, hello, everybody. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. If not, just let me know in the comments. But I hope everyone's doing great. And sorry for the delay last week. I wasn't feeling great. And so I appreciate everybody sending me the well wishes. So I got a new setup. And uh-oh. Of course, I've been muted the whole time. The funny thing is, I hit the mute button. My bad, guys. All right, so basically, I was giving away all the world's secrets, and you guys just missed out on all of it. So if you could read my lips. All right, okay. So anyway, you guys saw the comments that I put on the screen. Want, want, want. That's what happens when you do something new the first time. I clicked every button except the one I needed to click. Okay, Travis, I'm going to get back to your question, my friend. Are you at a place in your career where engagements come to you? Yes, I am, but I've always let speaking engagements come to me. So I've never really marketed myself or put myself out there. I just let my YouTube channel do it, and I've only ever like actively sought one speaking engagement. So that's the short answer to the long answer that I gave to your question before. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, appreciate it, everybody. Yeah, okay, yep. I know my sound was bad here. Okay, I'm just going through, making sure I see other. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, it's good to have you all here, and I'm gonna. Why don't we go ahead and start the first timer while I wipe some egg off my face? All right, so everybody's told me what they're working on. I am going to be working on volume 6 or 5, I forget which volume I'm on now, of my Indie Author Confidential series. So I kind of put my novel on for a bit, on the shelf for a bit, because I got some things going on. So, all right, so what we are going to do here is I've got a timer. It is, let's see, let's go ahead and get it started here. It is 10:04 right now, so probably by the time I start it and stop talking, it'll be 10:05. So let's go ahead and start for 20 minutes. We'll come back at 10:25, everybody. So again, sorry for the audio issues. Let's get started. right, everybody, we've got about 2 minutes left, and I've got a little note on the screen here that if you've got a question, just type in question in all caps so I can see it a little bit easier. Be back in 2 minutes. All right, everybody. Our first session is done. Making sure my mute button's not on. And yeah, we made it. So let me know, how did you do? How did everybody do? What is your word count for our first session here? I desperately want to know. So I'll start our next timer here. Countdown before our next session. So we had some comments come in afterwards here. Oh, Jocelyn Carter's in the house. Hey, Jocelyn, good to see you. And then a question here from IOPAC. Do you think English, you need an English degree to be a good writer? No, you don't need an English degree. I mean, I say that as someone who has an English degree. My time in college was helpful to me in other ways, not necessarily in helping me become a writer. It didn't prepare me for what I needed. So we can, maybe that's a topic for a video. But yeah, the short answer is no, you do not need a English degree to be a good writer. Okay, let's see. Okay, hey, Mr. Erlander, good morning. My first time stopping by. Hey, Power Hour, good to have you here. And revising a novel, second draft. Well, hey, good luck. And let's see. All right. Adam Coder, thoughts on outlining, new to channel. Hey, thanks for subscribing. I'm not an outliner personally. You can watch my videos on Writing into the Dark. Check those out. It's a style of writing that I use, and a lot of people on the channel really like that form. But there's nothing wrong with outlining. Do what works for you. But if you find like you're not liking it, just know that there is another way. All right. Chuck asks, how do chapters relate to beats? 80,000 words equals in chapters. Oh, how many beats? A beat is really more of just it's really just something that happens in the story, right? So a chapter technically could have a couple of different beats. I don't know if anyone's ever really truly defined what a beat is. I wonder if that comes from screenwriting. You may just want to look that up, but there's no required number of beats that your story has to have. Don't let anyone talk you into that. Beats are really just a helpful way to help you understand how the story is progressing. That's my opinion only. Okay, let's see. Oiku, hope I said your name correctly. For starting to write novels, is it better to start with short stories? It can be. That's certainly how I started. Um, there's nothing wrong with it. I think the great thing about short stories is that you learn, you learn how to get the mechanics down. Short stories are just a great tool for many reasons, but yeah, if you feel like biting off a novel is a little scary to do, then yeah, by all means start with short stories, but you don't have to do that. All right. Oh, and Jocelyn makes a very good point here for IOPAC's question on college degrees. I find that it is writers who have no degree who are just as skilled as those who have one. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Hey, John Graham. Have you any recommendations on searching out an editor? I'm approaching the end of this first novel and not sure which step. Okay. Yeah, John, I did a series on this on the Ultimate Guide to Editing. I think it was maybe 2 months back. It's pretty fresh on the channel. Check that out, and I talk about recommendations on where to find an editor and all that good stuff. So, all right. All right. Hey, we got a lot of new people here for the first time. It's fantastic. So, Hair to Stay 100. I like that name. All right. Welcome. Welcome. All right. We're seeing some word counts come in here. Blessed or Messy, 715 words. Elizabeth Batten, good morning. And Louisa Herring, drinking lemon and ginger tea. That sounds fantastic. And wrote 445 words. Nice. Shayla, 386. All right. Mr. Erlander, 50. Carried, 435. All right. And Michelle Williams, not quite a word count, but I did edit an upcoming blog post. That's A-OK. And Black Cat, 346. Travis, I think you need to be an avid reader to be a strong writer. I agree. I mean, it's like being a musician and not listening to music, right? Like it just doesn't make sense. But the challenge is the challenge is finding the time to write, especially for those of us that have families and full-time jobs. And how do you do that and read at the same time? It's tough. All right. Yeah, a lot of people are doing great. 570 words. Priscilla's at 60. All right. Okay, fantastic. Oh, and I before we go back. I did want to let everybody know. I did this last month, and everyone liked it. So I'll just let everybody know that I do offer a discount for any of my writing books for any of my Power Hour friends. I'm not even advertising this. You can just go to authorlevelup.com/books, and you can get any book in my catalog if you buy it from me directly. I use BookFunnel, so it makes it really easy to get stuff onto your device. But 15% off, just as a gift from me. So yeah, because I know we got a lot of new people here. So just want to make sure that you guys know that, and that you can use the code POWERHOUR at checkout. If you've got any questions at all, just feel free to reach out. So, all right. So let's. The timer started again. Let's stop that. And it is 10:30 a.m. Central Time right now. So we're gonna put 20 more minutes on the clock. And good luck. And we'll come back at it's 10:31, but I'll start the timer now. We'll come back about 10:51. So good luck, everybody. And I did see some questions come in while we were doing this, so I'll hit those when we get back from our next session. 1 minute remaining. All right, everybody. Let me know how was your word count? How was the second session for you? Please let me know. And then while you're doing that, I'm going to get to our comments that came in here. First things first, super chat. Thank you so much to Bido-san. Really appreciate it. Thank you. The question is, hi, Michael. If the first pages of chapter 1 need to hook your readers, which is best, action or narrative, and why? That's a really good question. It depends on the story. So what I would do is I would look at the mega best-selling authors and look at how they do it. And I think what you'll see is that a lot of them start with narrative. I think what a lot of people would say is start your story in media res or media res, which is like, in the middle of the action. But if you look at mega bestsellers, that's actually not how a lot of them do it. So look at them and see how they do it, and then you can model how you start your stories after them. I actually have a book. It's a free book. You can get it by signing up for my email list, where I actually go into how mega bestsellers do that. You can get that at authorlevelup.com/fan club. So really good question. All right, so some other comments that came in during the break here. You should mic your keyboard sounds. Typing is nice to listen to. That's interesting. If I could mic the keyboard without miking myself, I would consider that. And Black Cat, should chapters have some internal structure? If yes, how could you structure them? It depends on the writer. I think every story is different. I think every writer is different. I'm just not a fan of saying you should structure a chapter this way. The only components I think a chapter should have is a beginning and an end, and, beyond that, I think figure out what style works best for you, and then figure out what readers are resonating with, and then structure your chapters that way. All right. Megan asks, what's a realistic daily word count goal? I feel like I'm giving a lot of wishy-washy answers today. I think the answer is whatever is comfortable for you. So my typical word count day, it kind of depends on the season of my life, right? So like right now, my typical word count day is anywhere between 0 and 500. Like I've just got a lot of things going on. But in better times, it's usually between 1,500 and 3. And so what I try to do is figure out what your average is, and then put 10% on that as a stretch incentive to see if you can get there. If you don't get there, it's cool. And I like to set my word counts as ranges, not as goals. So I'll say you notice I said 1,500 to 3,000. So if I hit 3,000, I knocked it out of the park. If I hit 4,000, I'm killing it. But if I hit 1,500, that's still a good day. So consider adding a range. I think sometimes people can get hung up on hitting that one number, and then if you don't hit it, you feel like a day is a failure. But even if you fall short, having a low end of the range, I think is really important. All right, Travis asks, my book is published through Ingram, so I really make a profit when people buy from me directly. I can't compete with Amazon where most sales are made. How would you be able to redirect buyers? Yeah, it's it's tough, right? Because I think that it's all based on preference, especially with paperbacks. Ebooks, maybe not so much. I think more people are starting to get comfortable with buying directly from someone. Um, let me think on this for a second. Really make a profit. People buy from me directly. Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is to let people know that they can buy books from you directly, kind of like I did on this. I mean, I let you guys know that you can buy books from me directly. Make it prominent on your book page. So I would have maybe underneath or even on top of all of the different logos where you can buy your book, I would make sure that people know that there's a button that says "Buy from me directly." I think Joanna Penn does that. Someone who just crushed it with direct sales is Garrett Robinson, fellow friend and author. Check him out. He's got a YouTube channel too, but check out his stuff because I know for a long time he was making a lot of money with direct sales, and so you may want to check his website and see what he does, because I know that he's done interviews and stuff on it as well. So that's what I would do. I think you can't really twist people's arms, right? I mean, I think you just have to let people know that it exists and then make it easy for them. So use a site like PayHip or something that makes it super easy for people to use their credit cards or even their PayPal accounts to pay for your book. All right, timer's over, but we're not done yet. All right, let's see here. I know that people came in. Let's see. Okay, more questions. Oh wow, a lot of questions came in. Okay, this is cool. All right, so Blessed or Messy 711 711. All right. Oh yeah, what is my word count? Carrie had asked, what is my word count? I don't even know. Let's see. My word count for the day, I don't know what it was for the last session. Oh, wow, I'm only at 1,000 words for the day. So I guess 500 would be the breakdown. I've been doing research while I've been doing this, so it's slowed me down a little bit. All right, here to stay. Well, minus my errand list, got about 79 words. All right, Anna Taylor Swearingen, 4 pages revised. Nice job. Mr. Erlander, 500 words this time. Bricks, 283. All right. Let's see. All right. Everybody's doing great. This is fantastic. Let's see. HR Wash, 383 words this time around. And, okay, good, Michelle. Got unstuck on some chapters. Very, very nice. And question from John Graham. Are you happy with your new setup now that you've gotten used to it? Yes, I am. I'm happy with it. It's pretty flexible. I still owe you guys a video or like a description, probably a video of what things look like from my end. It's kind of insane, but my wife at one point was like, "You're going overboard with this," and I was like, "Yes, I know, that's the point." So yes, I'm really happy with it. I've got a Stream Deck. I really like that. That was a really cool investment, and turns out this Stream Deck can do a lot more than just help you with streaming stuff. So I'm probably going to do a video on that in the future. But yes, very, very satisfied. And if anyone's interested in the kits or like the equipment that I have and stuff, that's in the it's not, I don't think it's in this video, but all of my videos I have links. It's like in the description of the video. You can see kind of what gear I'm using. But I'm really happy with the gear I bought this time around. All right, let's see. All right, Louisa, 550 words. Nice. Lashane Arnett, 564. Great. Okay, I'll answer one more question and then we'll jump into the final session. Aubrey, how do you execute a good ending? I have ideas. Doesn't nearly make sense, but it's just there's no right or wrong way. I think the best ending is one that makes the reader walk away either in thought or like, hey, that was really satisfying. It's kind of a cop-out answer. I'm trying to think of any resources on endings. The only person I know who's ever done anything on endings is Dean Wesley Smith. He's got some courses on his WMG website that talk about that. I know I've talked about him a lot, but maybe look that up, and that might be those might be some good tips for you. In my Writing Craft Playbook, I talk about ending chapters. I don't necessarily talk about ending stories. So, okay, let's get some time on the timer again. It is 10:59, and we'll start, and we'll come back at about 11:20. Final round, And don't forget, I'm going to ask everybody what your favorite sentence is. Almost forgot that, so we can't forget that. So if you have a sentence that you like that's funny or hilarious, please share that because we always get a kick out of hearing those. So enjoy. All right, everybody, we've got about 2 minutes remaining, just a little bit over 2 minutes. So don't forget to get your word counts ready. All right, everybody. Well, we made it. We made it through another power hour. So let's see where everyone is here. But first, be sure to post your word counts in here. We had some questions come in. Mr. Erlander asks, what is a rough estimate of how long it takes you to revise a first draft into a finished product? It's a really good question, Mr. Erlander. I write all of my novels in one draft now. So, this current book I'm writing, I kind of took a break from it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I just could not focus on it. I don't know what it was, but I'll be able to get back to it here in the next week or two, I think. So this one has taken me, a few months. But I've written novels in a couple weeks. I've written novels in, it's taken me a few months. So it just kind of depends on the novel and kind of what my enthusiasm level is on it. Some novels are easier to kind of push through than others, and yeah, I think I always know when I start a novel if it's going to go really well. I just kind of have that intuitive sense, and the last few I think have been a little bit tougher than others. I'm not sure why that is, but it's just kind of how it goes. Novels are kind of like children. Every child is different. All right, Dorothy Lowther asks, are you taking part in NaNoWriMo this year? And I apologize if I didn't put that prior comment on. I realized I just forgot that. Probably not. Probably not. Nano is it's something I do every few years, but for me, every month is NaNoWriMo, so I'm always writing, and I still manage to get quite a few books published every year despite not participating in Nano. So someone had mentioned in the comments that they kind of felt that Nano was stressful, and my thought is if it's stressful, you're probably not doing it correctly. I think there's such a push for people to win NaNoWriMo, and I'm not really a proponent of winning anything. I think if you're getting the words down, if you're demonstrating the habit of sitting down and writing every day, and even if you're only writing 100 words, to me, in my mind, you're still a winner. I just don't. I just don't. I mean, I think it's great if you can, hit your 1,666 words or whatever it is every day, and they're good words. I think that's great. If you can do that, more power to you. But a lot of people, I fear, walk away from NaNoWriMo with 20,000 or 30,000 words, and they feel like failures. And I just think that's wrong. So don't beat yourself up if you don't win Nano. I think it's just a matter of showing up and doing the work. All right, let's see here. Okay, got some good numbers coming in here. Louisa, 295 for the last session, 1218 total. I think I'm at about 1,500 words for the day, so good stuff. Blester Messi, 654, 353, 260. Celinda LaBruce, 365. All right, really, really good stuff, everybody. All right, so Deborah, 342, overall 1337. I saw some funny comments going on regarding your grandson here. My grandson is karate chopping his parents, yelling, "I know karate." That is funny. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Thank you, Celinda, for the reminder. Okay, so everybody, let me know what your favorite sentence is. I want to know. The comfort of two people not forced to spend the rest of their lives together to hold on to what was theirs made everything okay again. Cool. Yeah, I want to know what your favorite sentences are. My favorite in the past was the kitchen cleaning demons. I'll never forget that. All right, 44 this time overall. Okay, really, really cool. All right, Black Cat, I see your question. I'll get to it in a second. And then Blester Messi, do your fiction books sell pretty good? They do. Not all of them do, but I have some that sell better than others, and I've been pleasantly surprised. Whenever I tend to make audiobooks for my fiction, that tends to go pretty well. And then, all right, Mr. Erlander, 400 words and deleted 500 in revision. Nothing wrong with that. Carried, 1587. Nice job. And Celinda, comment on Nano. Yeah, I just love the community. I did Nano for writing sprints like this and the accountability. So long as people, yeah, I agree. The reason you do Nano is not to win it. You do it to build the habit and to build a community and to meet new people. I couldn't agree with that more. All right, Priscilla, we got a sentence here. The barracks were gone now, and the village smelled of weedy clover, sweet hay, and a mineral-rich wind that swept down from the rock-faced mountain ridge. I like that. I could really see and smell that. That's a really good example of the five senses. Good stuff. Carried, but before you copy that floppy, here are some things to consider. You're taking me back, Carried. I was just watching a documentary where there were a bunch of computers that had floppy disk drives, and I thank the Lord we don't have to deal with those anymore. All right, let's see. Oh, Celinda, you keep doing this and I won't need Nano. Well, I got no plans to stop this anytime soon, so every month. I haven't written today. Oh, Matthew Duncan, I haven't written today, but it was nice to join and see more about what your channel is all about. Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks for coming. We got a lot of new people here. I don't know if you guys know this, but I had an article that came out in Writer's Digest this past month, and so a lot of people are coming to me from that. So really, really good stuff. Deborah Bryant says, then darkness took him like an old friend craving to be elsewhere, but not wanting to be alone. I like it. All right. Elizabeth, Detective Tom grunted. Blanche couldn't tell if it was a grunt of approval or disapproval. I like it. All right. Thank you, Hair to Stay, for the comment. I appreciate the kind words. All right. I can't get to all the sentences, everybody, so I apologize. So why can't I remember anything about you? I'm going crazy, aren't I? Like it. Cool. All right. So we had a comment that came on from Black Cat. Do you write multiple stories at the same time and switch between them, or do you finish them before starting a new one? I've done both, honestly. I've sometimes, when I first started, I used to have this A-B thing where I would have like a main novel that I was writing, and then whenever I hit a rough part in that novel, I would switch to like a short story, and then I would write a short story until the inspiration came back for project A. So I've done that. I've done write the book and just get it done and then move on to the next one. I've done a mixture of, working on 3 books at the same time. So I like to think I've done it all. Do I have a favorite? I would say the favorite is just finishing one book at a time. But I guess I could say that I'm working on multiple projects right now because I'm working on a nonfiction book and then I'm also working on this novel. So yeah, it just kind of depends. I try to be as I'm not living this advice right now, but I try to be as not scattered as I can. Because when you're scattered, at least for me, and everyone works differently. When you're scattered, you're less productive. So like for me, I would rather put 100% of my energy toward one project and see that through and get it done, and then move on to the next thing most of the time. But there's some times in your career where you just can't you just can't get around working on multiple projects at the same time. Like it's a function of life, and so being able to do it multiple ways, I think, is good, so you can stay flexible. All right, and I did not put that on the screen. Okay, still trying to get used to this new software here. Let's see. All right, let's going through and seeing what else we got here. All right. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll pause and see if there's any other questions that folks have here. The next Writing Power Hour, let's pull up the calendar. Let's see when the next one will be. It's usually the first Saturday of every month. So we're looking at June 5th, which for my friends in the United States is the weekend after Memorial Day. So June 5th at 10 a.m. Now that I got this new setup, I said this last month, but I really do mean it. Don't be surprised if you see a random live stream from me at some point. I do have some topics I want to talk to you guys about, but I just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. I got a bunch of speaking engagements coming up, but I think once my schedule clears, I want to do live streams a lot more since I've got the capability to kind of do it. So. Thank you all for attending. I think no more questions coming in, so we'll go ahead and break. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you get a lot more writing done. And yeah, take care. Have a great weekend.